Seth Rollins loses his Money in the Bank contract to CM Punk. John Cena confirms his WWE retirement is for sure the end. John Cena is staying far away from politics despite playing the president in a recent movie. The Miz is set to return after wrapping up American Gladiators reboot. Jeff Hardy reveals how long he's been sober for. AEW's existence pushed WWE to work with outside companies. Fans need to let CM Punk move on after his Saudi apology. WWE faces massive backlash. Asuka provides a massive update on her condition. Jey Uso walks away from Raw to face the new Bloodline. Let's dive right in. John Cena confirms his WWE retirement is for sure the end. John Cena is nearing the finish line of his legendary wrestling career, and he's adamant this goodbye is for real. On this morning, the WWE icon confirmed 2025 will be his last year in the ring, with his final match set for December. As the current undisputed WWE champion, Cena is gearing up to defend his title against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam next month. When pressed about whether he'd pull a classic celebrity retirement and return like some others, Cena shut down the idea with conviction. I can understand the entertainment industry may have set an ambiguous standard about what retirement is. I'm 48 years old and I made a promise when I started getting success in WWE way back around 2004. I promised the audience when I felt I lost a step, it was time to step away. The company has so many stars. They're in great hands. The industry has allowed me to perform in front of crowds like the crazy crowds in the O2 for 25 years. I just wanted to do something different. No WWE superstars ever really retired. So this is for sure the end for me. My last match is in the middle of December. Cena admitted he's still riding high and hasn't fully processed the end, but he expects the emotions to hit once it's all over. Gosh, honestly, I feel great. I think I'll be able to tell you how I felt when it's January and it's all done. But gosh, I'm looking forward to the next appearance and the next one. We've got 15 dates left. I had 36 for the whole year, so we're over halfway there, and the audience has been great. We've been making some compelling TV. I'm really excited to see how it ends. John Cena is staying far away from politics despite playing the president in a recent movie. During his recent This Morning interview, John Cena dove into details about his latest movie, Heads of State, and made it clear he's sticking to acting, not politics. The WWE legend stars alongside his longtime friend Idris Elba in the action comedy, which he describes as a classic buddy flick at heart. You know, we're longtime friends. We're co-workers. We worked on a movie called The Suicide Squad a long time ago, and one of the producers was like, "Man, we really need to get you two with a vehicle to continue this chemistry." And that's often said and never really executed in the business. And our producer, Peter Safran, is one of those guys who can get it done. He made it happen, and we have Heads of State. The film took Cena and Elba across the globe, and Cena couldn't help but grin about the experience. So I got to come to Idris's hometown of London. We got to film in Liverpool and London. We filmed in the south of France. We filmed in Trieste. We were kind of all over the place. We had a lot of fun and we got a great movie to show for it. Despite the political title, Cena emphasized that Heads of State is less about politics and more a nod to old-school buddy comedies. The film's really a buddy comedy. It really is. It reminds me a lot of a movie I loved as a young person called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, where just two people with opposing personalities really have to work together to get to a certain destination, and there's stakes involved. This to me is a buddy comedy. It starts with, it has such grand scope. Air Force One's in there, the presidential limousine's in there. We have great backdrops. But to me, it's a funny buddy comedy. Playing the President of the United States was fun, but Cena was quick to shut down any real-world political ambitions. I just want to make it clear that, yes, I am playing the role of the President of the United States. I would much rather play the role of the President of the United States than be the President of the United States. So I'm happy in my lane. With his wrestling retirement looming and his acting career heating up, Cena's got plenty on his plate, minus any political campaigns. The Miz is set to return after wrapping up American Gladiators reboot. The Miz is ready to light up WWE again now that filming for the American Gladiators reboot on Amazon Prime has wrapped. According to Brian Alvarez, the show completed 2 full seasons, freeing up Miz's schedule to return to the ring. While he was away, rumors swirled online about his status with WWE after he reportedly unfollowed the company and cleared his social media profiles. Miz quickly set the record straight, making it clear he's still all in with WWE. WWE and I are in very good standings, like, we just dropped Miz Golf, which is part of WWE's YouTube, he said in a video while heading to Gladiators tapings. Before taking a break, Miz was tangled in a rivalry with Aleister Black, with his last match on the May 2nd episode of SmackDown ending in a loss to Black. The American Gladiators reboot brought in other wrestling stars like Wardlow, Camila, Eric Bugenhagen, formerly Rick Boogs, Jessica Roden, and Jesse Goddard, adding some muscle to the cast. With filming done, Miz's return to WWE is just around the corner. What's next for the A-lister in the ring? What do you want to see from The Miz when he's back? Jeff Hardy reveals how long he's been sober for. Jeff Hardy laid it all bare on the Ariel Helwani show, sharing the raw truth about his lowest point and his road to recovery. For the first time publicly, the wrestling legend revealed he's been sober for over 3 years, pinpointing his rock bottom to a 2022 jail cell after his third DUI arrest, a moment that ended his AEW run and shook the wrestling world. Hardy didn't hold back, describing the arrest as a nightmare he couldn't escape. Rock bottom definitely for me would have been after the third DUI in that cell and not being able to wake myself up from a dream because I'd had dreams about getting a third DUI, and that was definitely rock bottom for me. I didn't know what was going to happen, man. I was so afraid that I was just not going to make it. Yeah, in that cell right after that third DUI, when asked how long he's been clean, Hardy answered with pride and precision. 3 years, 2 days, man. The host confirmed the date during the interview, and Hardy nodded. Today, yep, Matt Hardy, Jeff's brother and constant supporter, chimed in, beaming with pride over Jeff's transformation. His work on himself has been second to none. Just the place he's at in his life, I'm just so proud and so happy for him. Because this is like the best version of Jeff Hardy personally I've ever seen that exists right now. Jeff also reflected on his AEW stint, which ended in June 2024 when his contract expired. He admitted his personal struggles, especially his legal troubles, derailed what could have been a standout run. On the Ariel Helwani show, Hardy took full blame for his AEW missteps, saying the company couldn't trust him after his 2022 DUI arrest at a Florida Dave & Buster's following a concert, his third in a decade. Honestly, it's my personal problems, naturally getting in trouble with the law. I never got a fair chance to redeem myself, at least that's how it felt. Then I totally understood why they didn't want to give me that chance, like, oh God, they can't trust me, I'm a liability. I was telling myself all these terrible things about getting what I got and getting arrested again, and it's just so much guilt and shame in that. So naturally I beat myself up over it, but I just don't think we got a fair chance because of that, and I blame myself all the time. Now thriving in TNA wrestling, Hardy is focused on staying sober and making the most of his fresh start, leaving his AEW regrets behind while embracing his new chapter. AEW's existence pushed WWE to work with outside companies. The partnership between WWE and TNA Wrestling is one of the hottest developments in wrestling right now, something many fans never thought possible. On the Ariel Helwani show, Matt Hardy shed light on why WWE is now teaming up with promotions like TNA, something unthinkable back in 2000. When asked why WWE avoided co-promotion with TNA back then, but is open to it now, Hardy pointed to one key factor, AEW's existence. I would guess because part of it is AEW and its existence, Hardy said. Helwani pressed further, asking if WWE's strategy might be to boost TNA to keep AEW in check. Hardy agreed it's a plausible move, but emphasized it's a win for everyone. He noted that TNA, with its 20-year history and a style similar to WWE's, makes for a perfect partner. I think they could obviously have a feasible option. It's helping us. TNA is a company that's been around for 20 years, and they do a style that's similar to WWE. So I think it's a good call and a win-win for everyone. WWE's collaboration with TNA has already delivered unforgettable moments, and their work with other promotions like Noah shows they're open to more. With these cross-promotional efforts heating up, it's an exciting time to be a WWE fan. What's next for these partnerships? We'll have to wait and see. Fans need to let CM Punk move on after his Saudi apology. CM Punk's surprise apology at WWE's recent Saudi Arabia show for his 2019 tweet criticizing the company's ties to the country stirred up a storm, with some fans calling him a hypocrite, but WWE legend Booker T sees it differently. On his Hall of Fame podcast, the two-time Hall of Famer responded to a fan's super chat asking for his take on Punk's change of tune. Booker suggested maturity played a big role and hinted Punk likely made other apologies behind the scenes. I mean, I'm sure he said he would. I'm sure he apologized to The Miz too when he came back to the company. May not have done it live in front of the people or anything like that, but I'm sure he came back, he made it. I'm sure he did that with a lot of people. Booker stressed that the CM Punk who returned to WWE is not the same guy who left years ago. The Punk that left and the Punk that's come back, those are two different guys. I really must say that. And if you can't apologize for something that you said and we get past it, there's something wrong with you. For Booker, it's all about owning your mistakes and moving forward. Not me. If I could apologize and say, man, I'm sorry, especially when you know it's something said on a whim in the spirit of the moment and you just happen to get the backlash from it. If you can't apologize and move on, we got a problem. That's the way I look at it. Punk's 2019 tweet had blasted WWE's Saudi shows, echoing fan concerns about the country's human rights issues. His apology at the latest Saudi event sparked accusations of selling out, but Booker framed it as a sign of growth, adding with a grin that the Saudi paycheck probably helped too. WWE faces massive backlash. WWE stirred up a storm before Evolution 2, but they've since tried to make things right. The company caught heat after releasing an initial poster for the event that left out several key women superstars, sparking outrage from fans who wanted their favorites front and center. Stars like Piper Niven, who was snubbed on the poster, shared their disappointment with emotional reactions. In response, WWE rolled out a new, bigger poster through their streaming partners, Netflix and USA Network's Peacock, showing most of the women's roster included. While a few names are still missing, it's not the massive oversight fans first feared. With Evolution 2 shaping up to be a major show, Triple H and WWE have locked in 5 matches so far. A battle royal for a Women's World Championship shot at Clash in Paris, Sky vs. Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship, Jacy Jayne vs. Jordynne Grace for the NXT Women's Championship, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez vs. Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair vs. 2 yet-to-be-named teams for the Women's Tag Team Championship, and Tiffany Stratton vs. Trish Stratus for the WWE Women's Championship. More matches could still be added, and with the poster drama cooling off, all eyes are on what's next for this stacked card. Asuka provides a massive update on her condition. Asuka is finding her rhythm again after a year-long absence, and she's thrilled to be back in the WWE ring. The Empress of Tomorrow made her return on the June 16th episode of Raw, battling Stephanie Baker, Raquel Rodriguez, and Ivy Nile in the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament, which she won. She fell short against Jade Cargill in the final at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia, but is feeling stronger with every match. In a new video on her Kana-chan TV YouTube channel, Asuka gave fans an upbeat update on her recovery and mindset. "I'm getting back into the groove with each match, and my condition is getting better and better. I can feel things clicking more and more. I'm moving forward with confidence. I'm in a good place now, and I'm ready to step into the next fight with full focus. I've started to really feel a strong sense of rhythm and control. Time to shift into a higher gear. This was my 3rd match since returning, and I want to turn this momentum into power," Asuka said. Not everyone was impressed with her Night of Champions performance, though. Shelly Martinez, formerly Ariel in WWE's ECW, critiqued Asuka's match with Cargill on Ring the Bell. She felt the bout seemed rushed and pointed out Cargill's inexperience. "I felt like some of the spots could have been executed a little bit better, and it would have made it more impactful. It would have put over both of them, and in my head I was like, are they being rushed right now? I didn't realize that the Jade girl was green. Maybe it was just her thinking of the next spot because she's nervous and doesn't want to mess up. I get that, and the executions with that finish, it just would have been, so even that hook on the leg, I'm like, come on," Martinez said. Asuka's name was missing from the WWE Evolution 2 poster, but given her momentum, it'd be a shock if she doesn't compete at the event. Jey Uso walks away from Raw. Jey Uso has been a standout singles star on Monday Night Raw since breaking free from the Bloodline. The Yeet Master claimed the Intercontinental Championship last year, won the Royal Rumble, and even dethroned Gunther for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 41. Though he lost the title back to the Ring General, Jey remains one of Raw's top names. But his time on the red brand might be nearing an end as a bigger mission calls. Family. Jey's twin brother Jimmy Uso is caught in the crosshairs of Solo Sikoa's revamped Bloodline on Friday Night SmackDown, teaming with Jacob Fatu to take on the group. With Tonga Loa's return and Tala Tonga's, formerly Hikuleo debut at Crown Jewel, Jimmy and Fatu are outgunned. Jey could soon get the call to jump to SmackDown and stand by his brother's side. While he'd need to patch things up with the Samoan Werewolf, their shared enemy, Solo Sikoa, now the United States champion, could spark another full-blown Bloodline war. Jey's not done with Raw just yet, though. He's knee-deep in a feud with Seth Rollins' crew, having saved Sami Zayn and Penta from a beatdown by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed on this week's show. Jey could team with Zayn and Penta to face the heel trio in the coming weeks, before being written off Raw and heading to SmackDown. His arrival would inject fresh energy into the Bloodline saga on the blue brand. The biggest shift? Jey's red-hot singles run might take a back seat. Reuniting with Jimmy could pull him back to the tag team division, where the Usos shine brightest. They hold the record for the longest tag team championship reign in WWE history for a reason. Their return could light up the division, delivering classic bouts against teams like the Street Profits, Fraxiom, and Motor City Machine Guns. The Usos could make the WWE Tag Team titles main event material again, while Breaker and Reed do the same for Raw's titles. Roman Reigns, meanwhile, might stay out of the picture. tied up in his own storyline with Rollins and Paul Heyman until he returns from hiatus. Either way, the Usos reuniting on SmackDown would be a game changer for everyone. Triple H, it's time to bring Jey home. Seth Rollins loses his Money in the Bank contract to CM Punk. As SummerSlam 2025 looms large at MetLife Stadium, the WWE Universe is gearing up for a blockbuster show packed with fireworks. One name stealing the spotlight is Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, who's become a force of nature since teaming up with Paul Heyman. Backed by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, Rollins' faction is the most dominant crew in recent memory, making him a serious threat to both world champions. But a shocking twist could shake things up. Rollins might have to defend his Money in the Bank contract at the biggest party of the summer, with CM Punk as his likely opponent. Rollins screwed Punk out of the undisputed WWE Championship at Night of Champions, and now the Second City Saint is out for revenge. Punk could push Raw General Manager Adam Pearce to book a match against Rollins at SummerSlam, with the briefcase on the line. With stars like Penta, Sami Zayn, and LA Knight also gunning for Rollins' crew, Reed and Breaker might not be enough to save the Visionary. This storyline could be a game changer, delivering one of the most gripping feuds heading into SummerSlam. It might even open the door for a new member to join Rollins' faction. Fans are on edge waiting to see what WWE has planned for these two. According to WrestleVotes, Rollins and Punk's paths are set to collide at SummerSlam, though the exact match type is still up in the air. A singles showdown is possible, but a tag match involving the 8 or 9 stars tangled in this feud could also happen. I think they'll be tied together. I don't know if it'll be a one-on-one match. I personally would love if the briefcase was on the line in some kind of match. It's not something I've heard, but I think that would be fun. It could be a tag match. There's about 8 or 9 people involved in this feud now, so that might make sense, but I do think in some form or fashion, Punk and Rollins will be connected at SummerSlam, the report said.